debates on the 2025 national budget following its presentation by the Minister of Finance this week. Sierra Leone as well is hosting the 42nd Technical Commission and plenary of the Intergovernmental Action Group Against Money Laundering in West Africa, GBA, at the New Brookfields Hotel. As well, the drug manufacturing operation was uncovered at Baptist Secondary School in Allentown, Freetown, following reports of toxic air pollution that left over 20 students hospitalized. All these and much more, plus music break and today in history, are all lined up for you in this edition of R.T.V News, so stay tuned. Yes, welcome back. This is R.T.V News, and don't forget you can send us your thoughts via text or WhatsApp to the number 079-716-255, or as well you can drop your comments or concerns via the comment section on Facebook, Redeemer Television. Now let's dive into the first story of the day. The Parliament of Sierra Leone has begun debates on the 2025 national budget following its presentation by the Minister of Finance last week. MPs from both the ruling and opposition parties critically analyzed the budget's alignment with the nation's developmental goals and its impact on citizens' livelihoods. Let's hear more of the story. Debates commenced in the parliamentary chambers on Thursday, November 21, 2024, with opposition MPs raising concerns about the practicality and execution of past budgets. Chief Whip Honorable Abdul Karim Kamara stated what is normally in the budget is not reflected on the ground, emphasizing the need for accountability in fund utilization by ministries, departments and agencies. Opposition MPs highlighted issues such as the rise in wage bill and underfunding of key sectors like the Standard Bureau, claiming that despite annual allocations, many MDAs failed to meet developmental mandates. On the ruling side, MPs praised the budget as pro-poor, with a strong focus on unemployment, healthcare, and infrastructure. SLPP MPs underscored the importance of the Feed Salon initiative as a cornerstone of the government's effort to enhance food security and reduce poverty. The Speaker of Parliament, Honorable Singapore Solomon Thomas, noted that while Feed Salon's benefit might not be immediate, its success depends on robust policies and long-term implementation. The Deputy Speaker, Honorable Ibrahim Tawakonte, emphasized national unity, stating, "If we all work together as a nation, hunger will become a thing of the past." He also addressed the rising cost of living, framing it as a global challenge, not unique to Sierra Leone, with neighboring countries facing similar struggles. As the debates continue, Parliament is tasked with harmonizing different views to ensure the 2025 budget addresses pressing national needs and fosters sustainable development. As debates continue, Parliament is tasked with harmonizing different views to ensure the 2025 budget addresses pressing national needs and fosters sustainable development.
We now have a deputy clerk. As you all know, Mr. Levy retired a couple of months ago, and we had an acting deputy clerk. But the parliamentary commission formally recruited, I think a couple of weeks ago, formally recruited a substantive deputy clerk in the person of Mr. Bosco Nabi.
With your leave, I beg to lay on the table of this honorable house the following paper. Financing agreement between the European Commission and the Republic of Sierra Leone on Nature Nourishes SRBC in Sierra Leone, dated 29th August 2024. Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I move that the bill entitled the Appropriation Act 2025 be read the second time.
Honorable members, the question is that the bill entitled the Appropriation Act 2025 be read the second time. Leaders, please furnish me with names, 5 from either side.
It's at the moment in terms of finances. We also look at the budget where it befits Parliament to have the necessity for us to have an implement. Our Parliament itself has been run, because under your leadership, it has been a lot of modifications in terms of transformations, in terms of finances. So we are expecting members to focus on their benefits. We are expecting members to focus on their benefits. So at the time we conclude the debate, Mr. Speaker, we are on the comfortable substance.
Oh, yes.
So I want to remind members, in as much as you focus on looking at the budget, on the other hand, I also remind SOS, there are some ingredients in the budget that we need to look at. That is why it's asking for the estimate.
We want all of us to note that there has been every budget targets to benefit the people, not excluding this budget. And why we are here is to represent the people. So if we see anything in the budget that is not forward-looking, it's our responsibility. That is why we are here. So we cannot say because of our personal aggrandizement.
I'm the Minister of Finance and all institutions that collaborated with them, the National Revenue Authority, to put together the 2025 budget. And of course, the center is there, or the team they chose for the 2025 budget is improving the well-being and quality of life of Sierra Leoneans. And of course, if you go through the budget, the minister and his team, they were very chronological in their presentation. They spoke of the macroeconomic outlook of the economy of Sierra Leone and probably some other economies around the world. And in 2024, the economic outlook of Sierra Leone has been relatively stable. The exchange rate stabilized, and the growth was steady. And the Minister of Finance was able to carry out all the responsibilities that is being charged with to ensure that the 2024 budget was properly implemented. And so there are priority areas for government. And the allocations across the board did show that this government is serious about very many things. And one of those is agriculture. The government has said agriculture is our flagship project, and we should feed ourselves, as in the title, Feast Alone, one of the 5 big game changers of HE President Julius Maada.
I think Sierra Leoneans are looking at us when we are here and people treat national documents to be informed, especially seasoned economics. It's not the first time when we are here to discuss serious issues concerning the country. I think people should treat it very seriously. But making fund out of a national document is actually not good. It is a disservice we are making to this nation. My friend from Bombali, he has seen the document to be very, very good. He has nothing to query. He has nothing to say but to create fun to citizens of this nation.
For R.T.V News, Daniel Misali reporting. Sierra Leone is hosting the 42nd Technical Commission and Plenary of the Intergovernmental Action Group Against Money Laundering in West Africa at the New Brookfields Hotel, Freetown, bringing together over 200 delegates from 16 West African countries. Here's more to the story. David Bobo, Director General of Sierra Leone's Financial Intelligence Agency, described the gathering as a significant platform for exchanging best practices, fostering collaboration and reinforcing the regional framework for combating money laundering and terrorism financing. Sierra Leone is honored to host such a vital event and anticipates meaningful discussions that will further strengthen regional cooperation in fighting financial crimes. Bobo State. Key agenda items include the review and adoption of the second round mutual evaluation report for the Democratic Republic of Sao Tome and Principe. The Giabia meeting underscores the region's commitment to tackling financial crimes and fostering a secure and transparent financial environment.
Honorable Minister of Finance and the Chair of the Financial Intelligence Agency Advisory Board, other ministers of government present, representative of the ECOWAS President, international development partners, including the IMF, AFDB, UNODC, GIZ, WAMI, WAMA, and others. I am honored as National Correspondent of GIABA and privileged to welcome you all and our foreign delegates to Freetown for the 42nd GIABA Technical Commission and Plenary Meeting. Your presence here underscores the importance of our mission, strengthening regional cooperation to combat money laundering, terrorist financing, and other financial crimes that threaten the integrity of our economies. Sierra Leone is proud to host this significant gathering, reaffirming our commitment to fostering a secure and transparent financial system regionally and globally. The crimes we seek to combat, money laundering, terrorist financing, and the proliferation of weapons of mass destruction, pose serious risks. These activities also undermine financial stability, enable corruption, and threaten governance. Their impact extends beyond borders, destabilizing economies and eroding public trust and compromising security. Our responsibility, therefore, is very clear. We must act decisively. In 2024, Sierra Leone marked a major milestone with the enactment of the Anti-Money Laundering, Combating the Financing of Terrorism and Proliferation Financing Act. This comprehensive legislation fortifies our legal framework, enhances the effectiveness of the Financial Intelligence Agency, and aligns us with applicable international standards. These advancements result from strong government leadership and steadfast support from our international partners. I want to mention a few of those partners who have been of tremendous support to Sierra Leone EMS-CFT regime: the World Bank, the IMF, GIZ, UNODC, the European Union, and others. As we open this plenary session, let us focus on tangible outcomes. The evolving landscape of financial crime demands vigilance and adaptability. I will be remiss in my duty if I fail to call our attention to our state of compliance with respect to the applicable international standard. As this plenary marks the end of the second round of GIABA mutual evaluation, I call on all member states to deeply reflect on the effectiveness of your AMS-CFT systems. As we all prepare for the third round of mutual evaluation, hopefully starting in 2026, we should by now be clear in our mind what we must do differently to change the current narratives and achieve better outcomes in the third round. And of course, I hope you all enjoy the beauty and peace that Sierra Leone offers. Thank you very much. Obrigado. Merci beaucoup.
Honorable Minister of Finance, Republic of Sierra Leone, representative of the President of ECOWAS, Mr. David Bobo, National Correspondent and Director General of the Financial Intelligence Unit of Sierra Leone. It is our ardent hope that we may now return after another 15 years. The 42nd Plenary and Technical Commission officially marks the end of GIABA's second round of mutual evaluation, with the adoption of the Democratic Republic of Sao Tome and Principe second round of mutual evaluation report. The second round was a difficult one for us all, but we made it together. During the second round of mutual evaluation, there were men and women from both JABA Secretariat, member states, and our partners that labor and work beyond their legal hours in seeing this successful end we celebrate today during our second round of mutual evaluation. As we stand at the threshold of the third round of mutual evaluation, I call on all member states to allocate resources to the Financial Intelligence Unit and all competent authorities for adequate preparation for the upcoming third round and to enhance domestic cooperation among stakeholders. We have embarked on advocacy visits to member states to seek high-level political commitment in improving the MSCFP regime and providing necessary support to all stakeholders driving the process in their respective countries. Our advocacy visit took us during the last few months to the Republic of Togo, Sierra Leone, Mali, Niger, Burkina Faso, and Guinea, where we met the highest political authority in these countries.
Sierra Leone is proud to host this gathering, which underscores our shared commitment to addressing the global threat of money laundering, terrorist financing, and proliferation of financing, issues that transcend borders and demand a unified, coordinated response. Criminal networks exploit these gaps to perpetrate crimes that undermine the very fabric of our societies. Money laundering not only fuels illicit activities, but also destabilizes economies, weakens governance, and tarnishes the reputation of nations and regions. Terrorism financing poses a grave threat to global security, disrupts peace, and hinders sustainable development.
For R.T.V News, Daniel Misali reporting. And yes, if you are just tuning in, don't forget this is R.T.V News. You can share with us your views by texting us on 079-716-255 or kindly send us a WhatsApp message or comment on our Facebook page, Redeemer Television. Now let's relax and take a short music break. We'll be right back with the rest of the program.
Nobody. Mighty Jehovah, you are the faithful God. You show me grace, so an everlasting love. I've come to thank you for everything you've done for me. That is the reason I sing this song to you.
Yes, welcome back. A drug manufacturing operation was uncovered at Baptist Secondary School in Allentown, Freetown, following reports of toxic air pollution that left over 20 students hospitalized. Police and other local authorities discovered illicit substances and equipment on the school premises, sparking investigation into the criminal activities.
The incident began when over 20 students fell ill due to exposure to toxic substances in the air. Swift action by the school administration ensured the affected student received medical attention at a nearby hospital. Responding to emergency, Timinitan Police, led by AIG Francis Brahma Magai and other senior officers, conducted a search operation. The school principal, vice principal, and faculty members were present during the raid, which uncovered a clandestine drug lab equipped with sophisticated manufacturing tools. Seized items included large quantities of shredded leaves suspected to be kush, gallons of liquids believed to be ethanol and acetone manufacturing for drug production, and bags of suspected tramadol and hydrochloride. Police also confiscated significant cash some linked to the operation, found with suspect Zainab Kamara and Momodu Anduja, who are now in custody. The investigation revealed signs of convict activity, including a brashed metal gate leading to the lab. However, no structural damage was reported on the school premises. All seized items were transported to Hastings Police Station for further analysis and verification. Law enforcement agencies have pledged to intensify efforts to dismantle illegal drug networks, ensuring the safety and security of the community. For Redeemer TV, Joseph Ansumana.
The Teaching Service Commission (TSC) has reassured the public that the ongoing nationwide replacement and deployment of teachers will be conducted fairly. Chairperson Lance Kelfala emphasized that the digitized teacher recruitment algorithm will ensure transparency with priority given to districts experiencing low learning outcomes. Here's more to the story.
Speaking during a press briefing, Lance Kelfala, chairperson of the Teaching Service Commission (TSC), highlighted the Commission's commitment to addressing inequalities in the education sector. He explained that the digitization of the teacher recruitment and deployment process was a strategic step to enhance fairness and efficiency in allocating teaching resources across the country. Kelfala noted that districts with the most pressing educational challenges, particularly those with low learning outcomes, would be prioritized in the ongoing exercise. Our goal is to ensure that every child in Sierra Leone, regardless of their location, has access to qualified teachers, he stated. He also assured the public that the TSC is actively monitoring the process to prevent any form of favoritism or biasness. The digitized system, he explained, aligns with the government's broader objective of improving the quality of education nationwide. The deployment exercise comes amidst growing concerns about disparities in teacher distribution, particularly in underserved districts. The TSC's proactive measures aim to bridge this gap, fostering equitable access to quality education for all Sierra Leonean children.
Teachers can go to schools where they are needed. Schools that don't have qualified teachers, that only have community teachers, at least let them get government support. The missions use these schools as feeder schools. So they recruit teachers in those schools and then deploy them to other schools using that same school. So that school's payroll is usually bloated. And they use that to feed other schools that they open up. And this disrupts our payroll. It doesn't give us information of where the teachers are at which point. So, 2024, we have digitized all of our processes. So even the recruitment is now digitized. The recruitment is not just any one man's thing again, but rather we use the available data from the annual school census to determine which school should get a teacher.
Daniel Misali reporting for R.T.V News.
The Ministry of Basic and Senior Secondary Education has conducted a 3-day workshop to evaluate the progress and challenges of its free education project in 2024 and set goals for 2025. The initiative, led by Minister Conrad Saki, aims to address gaps and propose actionable solutions for improved education outcomes. Let's hear more of this story.
The workshop focused on reviewing the results framework of the Free Education Project. Minister Conrad Saki highlighted the importance of assessing the project's accomplishments and challenges, stating that the exercise is essential for identifying gaps and crafting solutions to address them. Ambrose Sise, the project coordinator, emphasized that the retreat provides an opportunity for reflection on the achievements and lessons of 2024 while planning strategically for 2025. The essence of this retreat is to look back at our work over the past year and set clear, achievable goals for the coming year, he explained. Samson Saidu, M&E officer for the Free Education Project Support, FEPS, noted that the interventions have greatly benefited learners, citing the construction of additional classrooms and the disbursement of performance-based grants as significant milestones. Dr. Dennis Luseni as well, component coordinator of FEPS, shared insights on teacher observation practices, explaining that a tool developed by the Teaching Service Commission (TSC) allows for monitoring teachers every 3 to 4 months. He highlighted that the data gathered has shown improvements in teaching quality, further enhancing the learning environments for students. The workshop underscores the ministry's commitment to ensuring the sustainability and effectiveness of the Free Education Project in Sierra Leone.
We are doing our annual retreat that is reflecting on what we've done for the past 1 year, which is the 2024, and what we intend doing in 2025.
In effect, what we want to be able to do is to highlight all the achievements that we have made since the last mission, and also to outline gaps that we currently have in the program and to offer solutions or options to address those gaps.
At the moment, 1,044,836 learners have directly benefited from our intervention. And the key areas are the disbursement of performance-based grants, and secondly, the construction of additional classrooms. For now, we have been able to construct 244 additional classrooms. Our target is 400. 750 schools have been renovated, and that also huge amounts of learners have benefited from that intervention. We also have other interventions like teacher professional trainings. We have trained over 25,400 teachers.
So we trained first all the head teachers in Sierra Leone, all primary school head teachers, and we developed a tool, and that tool is used to observe teachers. So every 3 or 4 months, the TSC goes back and looks at the data, how many teachers really have shown improvement. So far, after collecting all the data, out of over 13 to 14,000 teachers observed, about 10,090 teachers are demonstrating improved classroom practices, which means the quality of their teaching has improved, their pedagogical practices have improved in the classroom.
And what we've seen over the last 2 years is an improvement in both the teaching practices of these teachers, but in particular, we've also seen an improvement in the learning outcomes of the pupils who are in the classroom.
There are challenges, and there are challenges at all times. But it has been successful because we've increased our disbursement rate by 12%. Now we are at 72% disbursement rate. And the good news here again is that we have 5 PDO indicators. And out of the 5 PDO indicators, we've achieved 4. And the remaining 1 is sure to be achieved next year.
Every program has its own challenges, but I think collaboratively and collectively we're dealing with those challenges and making sure that we have options to address these issues.
For R.T.V News, Daniel Misali reporting.
And before we end the program for today, let's take a quick look back at what happened on this day in history. On this day in 1998, the Tehran Times confirmed that Iran had closed several diplomatic missions worldwide as part of government austerity measures. These closures included missions in Sierra Leone, Burkina Faso, Nicaragua, Tanzania, Gabon, Afghanistan, Mozambique, Brunei, and Munich, alongside the consulate in China. Despite the closures, Sheikh Mohammed Hussein Shehzadi, Cultural Chancellor of the Iranian Cultural Center in Freetown, announced Iran's intention to reopen its embassy in Sierra Leone. However, no specific timeline for the reopening was provided by then. This development reflects the evolving dynamics of Iran's foreign relations and fiscal policies during this period. Well, that's all we have time for in this final edition of R.T.V News, coming to you live from Redeemer Television on Channel 25, and also streaming on our Facebook platform, Redeemer Television. In case you missed any part of the program, you can catch the repeat broadcast tomorrow from 11:30 a.m. to 12 noon. And as well, you can also join us for our weekly reviews on Fridays. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and also subscribe to our social media platforms, Redeemer Television. Once again, I am Daniel Misali, and thank you for joining us on today's edition of R.T.V News. Stay tuned, and God bless you.